mom, Lena. I'm sorry I'm not here today. My mom, Miss Singer, is going to tell you how to do this mosaicing project.
Hi, I'm Lena's mom, Mrs. Singer, and I'm here today to tell you about the mosaicing project. So the project is a mosaicing project, and the mosaic is going to be wrapped around a can. I want to just show you. You can give it as a present, but it's a holder for pencils and paintbrushes and scissors and any other kinds of objects. These are a little bit different than the ones I have on the cans because they have a central object. That's an object in the middle. The first one is a shell, and the second one is a fish. So you can think about what kind of mosaic you want to do. You can either do one that has a pattern and design all the way through, or you can do one that has a central object. So here are the materials that we need. You need a glue stick, and it has to be a nice creamy glue stick, not a dried up one. You really need a creamy glue stick for this. And a little plate, and you should all have paper plates. I have a bowl because I don't have any paper plates at home. And scissors. And then also, you've been given a number of colored strips of paper like this. You should have them on your tables already, and they're different widths. Some are thick and some are thin and some are really, really kind of skinny. At this point, you should all have picked a base paper, and all the base papers are cut the same size, and they are cut the same size because they're the correct size that will wrap around your can. And everybody should have a can also. So I picked the color green for my base. So I'm going to pick 3 or 4 colors, no more than 3 or 4 colors, that really go well on my base color. So I picked red, light green, orange, and pink. And they look great on the green, and they look great with each other. And these are going to be my basic colors for mosaicing. You need to decide whether you're going to do a central object on your mosaic, or you're going to do a repeat pattern. A repeat pattern like this one. So I'm going to show you first how to do a central object. I have cut out a pink heart, and I'm going to put it down on my paper like this. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my glue down on my heart, and I'm going to really smear it with glue so that there's glue everywhere. And I'm going to put it down nice and flat right in the middle of my base paper. Okay? And I really try and get it flat. Now I'm going to start mosaicing around it. So there's a lot of different techniques, but I'll show you a couple of techniques. My first technique is going to be with rectangles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use about this thickness of rectangle, and I'm going to make long and short rectangles. So these are my long rectangles, and I'm going to cut them onto my plate so that I don't lose them. All the cuttings that I do are going to go in my plate so I don't lose them. That's an easy way to do it so that you don't have to go around your table looking for your pieces. Now I think I'm going to use another piece of paper, another color, and it's, let's see, pink is my color, and I'm going to make short pieces. So I'm going to go short, long with my pink and my orange. Short, long with my pink and my orange. So here I go. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my orange and I'm going to put glue on there, and I'm going to put it down. And with mosaicing, you want to try and get the pieces close together, but you want to show a little bit of the background. So that's my goal is to show a little bit of the background through, because that's what makes it really great. So I'm going short, long, short, long, short, long. So you see? And I'm also, another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make it straight across, as straight as I can across. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I really am trying not to make it curved. I'm trying to make it straight across my page. Lena's going to show you a few tips that will help you get the pieces down very easily without having too much trouble.
Okay, so what you do, you take your glue stick, put a little bit down on the paper, like that. Then you take a little glue, put it on your hand like that, and then you take a piece and just stick it down like that.
And it helps you to pick up the pieces much better.
So now I'm going to show you how to do that technique, triangle and square, like that. Okay. First you cut that. That's like a half triangle. You don't want it, okay? So then you cut a triangle like that, and then like that. You just keep cutting. To do your rectangles, before you cut, you want to make sure the two strips are the same size, so the triangles can fit on top of the rectangles like that. So you just want to cut nice rectangles like that. On the thing, there's a rectangle and a triangle on top of it, and then the same color triangle, it's a square there. So I'm going to show you how to do a square. So you just want to try and get nice squares, not too thin, not too thick, just sort of nice little squares that'll go. So now I'm going to show you how to make that pattern, because that pattern's a little bit hard. So remember, you're using the techniques. You put the glue down first. Take a little glue on your finger. Put the rectangle down first. And then you take a triangle and you put it down.
Put the glue on first, right?
Oh yeah, you put the glue on the rectangle, and then you take the triangle and put it down like that. And then you take a square, put it down next to it, like that.
One thing you really want to do is try and get the pieces as close as you can, but not touching. Close as you can, but not touching, so just a little bit of the background shows through. Now when you're mosaicing and you have a central shape in the middle, the mosaics that come right up against it are going to have to be cut special, the mosaic pieces. So if you see here, it's curved on one side and it's straight on the other. That's what I have room for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and cut the same curve as my heart. And I'm going to put it in there and see if it fits. Does it fit? Yeah, it fits pretty good. Now I'm going to talk to you about what to do with my central shape. Okay? So this is my central shape, and if you see on these two that I did before, I made my central shape into several pieces. So here my fish was two triangles, a square, and then two triangles for the tail. And here I have one big shape for my shell, and then I put stripes to show the different indentations on the shell. So on my heart here, I think I'll make another heart in between. So I'm going to take a piece of paper and I'm going to fold it in half so that I can actually cut a heart shape very, very easily, like that. And then I'm going to see if it fits inside my heart, which it does. It fits really beautiful. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it up a little bit as if it were mosaic pieces. So I'm just going to cut it into 4 pieces. And I'm going to put my glue stick on here. And I'm going to glue my heart within a heart, my pieces of mosaic. If you get tired, you might just want to put one whole strip in like this without cutting it. And it looks very nice. If you look over here at my other examples, I have a strip here and a strip here, and I have a whole strip here, and on this one I have 3 whole strips down here, and I have a whole strip here. So every once in a while, if you insert a whole strip, and it's best for it to be a thin strip, it looks really, really nice against the thicker rows. So I'm going to put some glue on my strip, and I'm going to put it right down here as close as I can get it without touching, and then I'm just going to take my scissor and I'm going to snip. Okay, now to finish up, once you finish your mosaic, then you'll want to put a little layer of Mod Podge on it, which will seal it. So what you'll do is you'll take your brush and dip it in the Mod Podge, and you'll paint over it fairly quickly and lightly, not too heavy, very gently. And you want to put a light layer on, not too gloppy, nice and thin. And you want to go overall over every single piece of your mosaic. And this will help finish the mosaic, make sure the pieces stay down. And it will give it a nice, beautiful, shiny feel to it. The one thing to remember is to just not get too much Mod Podge on there. A thin layer will do. Okay, one thing about the Mod Podge is it's like glue. So right here, one of Lena's tiles came off, and that's okay because you can just put it right back down and the Mod Podge will glue it down. And Lena, if you just want to paint over this one piece, that's fine. Now the next thing you want to do is you want to wait just a few minutes, maybe like 2 minutes, if you count to 60 twice, to wrap it around your can. And it should be damp, but it shouldn't be super duper wet. So Lena, could we have the can, please? Okay. Take the Mod Podge and paint one big stripe. Now this is a 2-person operation to get it around the can, so you're going to have to help each other. This time you can make it a nice gloppy stripe. Good. Okay. Now we're going to start rolling it like this. I'm going to hold it, and Lena is going to put it flat around the can. That's right. Let's roll it around very nicely and carefully. Very good. Needs to be flat on the can. And remember, it works best if your paper is damp from the Mod Podge. Now I'm going to hold it, and Lena's going to put another strip of Mod Podge right on the edge to seal it. And if you can, try and get it so that the rows line up, and then you put a little bit of Mod Podge to seal it up, and you could kind of smooth it with your fingers, and if you have a little with your fingers, kind of smooth down any of the tiles that are coming up, and there you have it, a finished piece. Good luck, and I hope your mosaics turn out as beautiful as Lena's and mine.